Hi, I'm Tyler Jahola and welcome to our demo of SteadyBudget. Today I'm going to show you how to get started with the platform by linking your data sources, creating your first client, creating your first budget, and navigating through the dashboard. The first step after you set up the account is to connect your data sources. So click the Data Sources button in the left-hand nav here, and as you can see, we work with Google AdWords, Bing Ad Center, and Facebook advertising, including two APIs with all three channels, meaning not only can we pull information, but we can push changes of any kind. After you hit one of these buttons, add AdWords login, add Bing login, or add the Facebook login, it will take you to a prompt, and in about 6 seconds, you will have your data source linked. Well, once completed with that step, hit the dashboard tab right here again, and we're going to go about creating our first client. So as you can see, everything is still blank. We built SteadyBudget this way to empower the analysts to structure their clients and budgets however they see fit. So you can build one budget per client if you prefer, or build multiple budgets for a client separating search, retargeting, display, Facebook, or combining them all together. So we're going to create our first client by hitting this button up here in the top right. First step is to enter the name. Let's call this one Vandalay Industries. Okay. Next step is to select our currency symbol. Now, one of the great things about our API is that we pull the figures directly from Google, Bing, and Facebook. So you only need to select the symbol for consistency's sake, as the figure themselves will be exactly what you see in the systems. So if you don't see your currency here, please let us know. We can add it in within probably a day or so. We're going to go ahead and select dollars for this example. So once completed with that, hit submit. Next, we'll create our first budget. So as you can see in the client card here, we have the Add Budget button. This will be found in a few different places around the platform. Go ahead and hit it. And then we're going to start by naming our first budget. So we'll call this one, say, imports. Next, we'll put in a budget amount. So this is the budget cap that we want to spend. This is our goal to spend by the end of this cycle. We'll put in $1,500. Next, we choose the date range. So this is can either be a monthly. Our default is a monthly date range. So you can select first, second, third, starting anywhere within the month. Or if it is something more specific, hit other options, and you can select other date ranges of any kind as well as one-time budgets. Next step is we choose the percentages of alerts that we want emailed to our system, as well as in-app alerts, so you can see them in the app when you're playing around yourself. We're going to go ahead and select 50%. We also want to get an alert when there's 80% spend, so 20% left, 10% left, 5% left, and all the way down to 1% left. Next are choosing our advanced options. These are the three special features that make SteadyBudget unique to anything else that you've seen before. The first one is autopilot. Autopilot is sort of the reason we came up with SteadyBudget by itself. By selecting autopilot, SteadyBudget will automatically pause all campaigns within a budget when the cap is reached, in this case $1,500. SteadyBudget will also re-enable the campaigns at the beginning of the next cycle, essentially ensuring you never overspend again and you never miss part of the next cycle. Hit that, turn it on for all campaigns. For this example, we will not. Next is rollover. Rollover tracking, as you might assume, will automatically track any underspends or overspends and roll that remaining amount into the next cycle. So you will always see this as your base budget. That $1,500 will always be there. You'll always be able to reference that. However, when you turn this on, you will also see this separate figure, whether it is 150 or negative 242. That figure will always be in there. We'll go ahead and leave it there, right there. The third feature is our Smart Sync. So Smart Sync is a little bit different. If you don't actually separate out search, retargeting, and display campaigns into their own budgets and instead put all those campaigns into one account and one budget, then you can turn on Smart Sync and any new campaigns built in that account will automatically be added to the budget. Okay, and lastly, you can CC anyone inside or outside of the organization to those budget alerts that we set up above and any autopilot notifications. Many of our clients include the client-facing manager or the accounting team, or in some cases, the client themselves. I'll go ahead and put in one of our, there he is, pop up, you hit add, and now he will be CC'd on all of our budget alerts. Now the last step is actually selecting the campaigns themselves. So you can either click into the specific data source you're trying to select, then the account that you need, and then scroll down and find the campaigns that you want to add. Let's say we're going to get this one, And let's go with that one as well. Or what a lot of our users end up doing is just click into this Campaigns tab from that data source without clicking through the data source in the account. And now you see every single campaign that's tied to any one of your data sources. Use this search box right here and you can actually find the ones you're looking for. There we go, SteadyBudget 1 and another one here from Bing. So I chose 3 different campaigns, or 5, but from all 3 channels, so you can see that we can group all of our campaigns together into one budget, no matter what channel, no matter what account, no matter where they are set within your system. Okay. After that, we hit Submit, and this brings you back to the dashboard. And you'll see the new budget populate within 5 to 15 seconds or so. What it's doing right now is calculating the total spends. It will provide that figure, and it will also show you how far off, either towards an underspend or an overspend, there we go, that this is trending. So it's saying that we have spent to date, since this is a monthly budget starting on the 1st, $777. If we are trying to hit our budget cap of $1,500 with our rollover, since we overspent last month of $242, we are trending towards an 11% underspend. Now I'm going to click into the budget so you can actually see the screen itself and show you some of the other graphs and metrics that we provide on this screen. Clearly we have the budget amount plus or minus that rollover. We've got the spend amount, $776.72, and then we provide a suggested daily budget showing that if you did want to hit your budget cap, this target amount of $12.58, by the end of this cycle on the very last day, not a couple days early, not underspending, you would need to spend $57 a day for the rest of this cycle in order to hit that amount on the 31st. As you can see, if I were to leave these budgets, these campaigns untouched, I didn't change the ad groups, I didn't add any keywords, I didn't change the daily budgets of any kind, we would end up spending $13.38. So we are trending towards an underspend. Okay. And as you scroll down, you can see some more metrics and some more graphs we provide. These all compare the clicks, the spends, the conversions, and the impressions. You can use this for optimization practices, showing that, hey, this one's getting the most conversions, but the least amount of actual spend. So we definitely need to start putting more funds, allocating more of our budget into this campaign, and that will increase performance. Scroll all the way down, we have our campaigns, ad groups, ad sets, ads, and keyword tables. This provides all the metrics. If you don't see a metric that you prefer for analyzing purposes, for optimization purposes, anything like that, let us know. We can get that new metric put in there within a couple days. Many of these have come from requests from clients. This one specifically shows your average daily spend of this cycle. You can use this and compare it to your daily budget if it is a Google or a Bing. Facebook does not have daily budgets for campaigns themselves, but on the ad set level. And that'll help you know whether or not you can spend more money if you are trending towards an underspend and this is drastically off of that. Clearly you need to add some keywords or expand your targeting, or as we all know, there's a number of ways to increase that spend. I'm going to show you that keywords tab just so you can get an idea of what that looks like and see that we compare all the keywords. You can scroll all the way to the side, see all these different metrics, really just give you more chance to optimize your campaigns. So play around with those screens, find out everything else we've got, and then you can scroll up to the top and click back into the dashboard. Now all we have is our one client and our one budget, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up another account that we have to show you what a full dashboard can look like. As you can see, we've got different color bars here. The colors indicate how far off or on trend you are. So we have a 9-color spectrum going all the way from a nice thick green, I believe we've got one down here, all the way to a crimson red if you are far off track, and everything in between. So you know which ones to click into immediately, which ones can take a few more days to take a look as you start digging into the ones that really need your attention. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is if you prefer, if you have 100, 200, 300, in one case we've got 1,000 different budgets for one of our clients on one account, you can click into our decision grid here. This converts everything into a table format. As you can see, we have all of our clients listed out right here. Click into this tab and you can see every budget, budget by budget listed out for this current month. You can see the rollover amount, you can see that target amount, where we're actually going, the budget amount plus minus the rollover. You can see the trend figures. You can use this to actually sort and say, hey, I need to see everything that's drastically underspending. These ones have zero spend. What's going on? Let's turn on those campaigns. Let's figure out what's the issue. You can scroll down, click into these, go all the way down to the ones that are drastically overspending. Easily triage your account, figure out which ones do need your attention. The other feature with this decision grid up here is our archives. You can now look into past cycles, as far back as SteadyBudget has been able to track these budgets. So if you're on here for a year, you'll be able to see 12 months back. Go back a couple more. You can see everything broken down by spend. Many of our clients are using this for accounting purposes. Many are using it for reporting purposes. Hit this button up here. You can export everything into its own table, CSV or PDF. So that is sort of the last step. The final feature I do want to show everyone is our alerts. We have system alerts and budget alerts themselves. Now, the budget alerts themselves are emailed to you as well, but here is where they're shown in-app. You can say, oh, we're at 50% remaining, and we're on the 20th day of the month. Clearly, we're heading towards an underspend. Or the 10th of the month, we're heading towards that overspend. Click in, figure out what's going on, make the proper changes. The system alerts are ones that show you any brand new campaign that has been detected. So you go through your Facebook, your Bing, your Google, you build a new campaign for whatever reason. You may forget to do anything about it in SteadyBudget. This system alert will show you that a new campaign has been detected, give you recommendations as to where to put that campaign, these budgets, house many of those Facebook campaigns from that same account. So these are the recommended ones. You can go ahead and click Vandalay Industries. I do like that one. Select it. It's now been added to the budget. No other manual steps required. Click back into the client cards. You can see everything listed out here. And that is SteadyBudget in a nutshell. So thank you for watching. Please let us know if you have any questions. You can reach out to us at sales@steadybudget.com. Otherwise, happy budgeting.